I did not expect YouTube to change me as much as it did in just a 4-month period, and I also did not expect to learn half of the things that I have. And this is kind of the first one of these milestone-ish videos that I've ever made. And what I want to do in this video is to share what I've learned, what I expected versus the reality of the situation. So the stuff that surprised me, that sort of thing. I'm going to talk about both of my channels because I do have 2 of them. I did mention in my first video that my own channel would be a case study. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. First off, I'm Steve. If you've never been to either of my channels before, welcome. I do The Distracted Creator, which is this channel, a YouTube growth and tips and how to YouTube essentially channel focused on making sure that the advice is as ADHD friendly as possible, but still accessible to anyone else. And then I have The Purple Room, which is a phone case and phone accessory and phone review channel. The name is after the room that I wound up putting my studio in, which is not my house. That's another probably video entirely if I ever want to do that one. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I started The Purple Room about 5 months ago now at this point. The first video went up on October the 2nd of 2025. And I had researched how to YouTube for months before that, dozens of creators, and I've now narrowed it down. I've got like half a dozen that I still watch pretty religiously. But yeah, I think that the reason I started is because a lot of the advice out there is just not good for people with ADHD. So I thought I was really, really onto something. This is kind of untapped niche. If only the algorithm could figure out what I'm trying to do, because it seems to have a very large problem understanding my channel. I have confused the heck out of it. It doesn't seem to get the YouTube growth / with ADHD undertones thing. But I think it is starting to pick up. One thing that I will say is that between the 2 channels, I expected this one to grow faster. And out the gate, it did. It really did. And then it stagnated because I did a few tutorials to start out, and then I did some kind of more in-depth, like talking narrative type videos, which did not do as well as I had hoped. And that's on me. I'm not established enough to probably do videos like that or like this, but look at me, I'm doing it anyway again. Someone to subscribe to a tech review channel, especially when focused around MagSafe accessories and phone cases and phones, because if you don't need the phone case, not many people just watch reviews for fun. Apparently I'm one of those people. I did not know this about myself a year ago. I did not know that I was as passionate about Qi charging and MagSafe and phone cases and TPE and TPU and all this stuff. I knew none of that. I had no idea that it would spark this in me. And just like I had no real idea that when I was researching that, I would become so passionate about doing YouTube as well. And YouTube has just kind of taught me a lot. It's gosh, how do I put it? It's taught me a lot about myself. My capacity to handle rejection is much higher than I thought it was. I have an entire video about rejection. It hurt when that one didn't do well at the gate. It's got lots of views now, but I think it somehow got hit by a bot swarm. It's very strange. All of the comments are very generic. I don't like it. I reported it myself. Like, hey, YouTube, what's going on here? They haven't responded yet, but maybe that video will go away someday and I'll have to repost it. We'll get to reposting here in just a moment. But yeah, I expected this video to do better because of the people don't really subscribe to review channels, unless they're someone like me. And out the gate, like I said, it did do better. And then it stagnated, and that sucked. That sucked a lot. And I do think it's because the algorithm doesn't quite know what to do with me. I also made a couple glaring mistakes. 2 videos in a row I took down and edited a little bit and reposted because I found some sort of issue with them that did not stand in my hyper perfectionist brain. You will see gurus say, hey, that's fine. You can take a video down, put it back up. No big deal. Algorithm doesn't care. And you can see gurus who say, don't do that under any circumstances. Guess which one is correct? Don't do that under any circumstances. I'm here to tell you from personal experience, it is a terrible idea. And that is the best way that I teach. So the one video that I made around the guy who got to 1,000 subs in 4 videos in his first month, I thought that would be gangbusters good. And it started out gangbusters good. And then I noticed a problem with the audio. It didn't process the audio of the video that I was talking over correctly. I think that's what the problem was. So I went through and changed it and put it back up, and it just crashed. It just did not get impressions. For the longest time, I could point at the views and tell you what each one of those like 8 or 9 were, who each person was. And that is not good. That's bad. So yeah, don't ever do that. That's why I already posted this video. I already made this video once. However, I screwed up, and because I'm me, here I am reshooting it, because I'm not going to take it down and fix it and repost it. I've learned my lesson on that one. So, see, learning. It's important. I'm always learning. One thing that I will say that I have also learned is how to use YouTube analytics correctly. This was a big milestone for me. When I stopped using it to look at views and subs and comments and likes, and started using it to look at things like click-through rate and retention and impressions. Retention, click-through rate, and like the first 30 seconds, especially the retention of your first 30 seconds, the hook. And I learned how to pinpoint how to fix those certain things, which I'll make a series of videos on YouTube analytics and click-through rate and all that stuff. Those deserve their own videos instead of just like a blurb here. But once I did that, I had one video that I knew should do well. It was about a really good phone case of a well-known brand. And I thought it would do just gangbusters. Normally I shy away from stuff that is kind of like a sure thing. One of my friends told me that I'm afraid of success, which is kind of like being afraid of failure. Like, what if you do something that you think is a sure thing and then it isn't? That sucks. But I did it, and then it wasn't taken off like I thought it was gonna. So I took a look at it, and I was like, okay, the impressions and the click-through rate need to be better. So I changed the title and the thumbnail, and like that, it started just climbing, and it's been climbing ever since. It's still like my second most. One of my top, it's still one of the top 10 most viewed videos on the channel, and my second most views overall. So I feel really good about that change. That's about the time I realized how much I love YouTube. I mean, I already knew I liked video editing and stuff like that. I have a background in it, decades old. I took classes in school, all sorts of stuff. So it's been a lot of fun to dust all that off. But I didn't realize how much I'd like kind of the culture of YouTube and the just the analytics and making videos and talking to people in the comments. I didn't think that I was going to wind up building a small but growing and fun community around mag-safe accessories of all things. But, you know, I've got people tuning in every Thursday night for my live stream that I do a giveaway in sometimes, but it's always announced ahead of time if there's going to be a giveaway, and people show up even when there isn't. So that's cool. That's something I just did not expect. So yeah, as for the analytics, you want to make sure that you are using it correctly. You'll see people say, hey, just take it off your phone. And you know what? If you're just using it to depress yourself with the view counts and likes and that sort of thing, I agree. Just take it off your phone. Don't check it. But if you're going to use it to improve your videos by looking at the retention rate and impressions and click-through rate and trying to improve those numbers, then by all means, use the app. So yeah, speaking of the giveaway, one thing that surprised me is how few people signed up for it. Like, people signed up right in the beginning, but not really much since then. And I point back to the video, where do you sign up, in almost every video in some way, shape, or form. And I just don't get that many people wanting free stuff, which is strange to me. But they don't even have to sign up for an email list or anything like that. Just comment. That's it. Because you can't say they have to subscribe because that's against the rules. And if you see someone saying that and be like, hey, that's against the rules. But on the other hand, I also am surprised, although maybe not really, because now that I think about it, I didn't really promote it that well. And the video I did promote it in is the one that never got impressions again after I posted it. I am doing the email list thing myself. And also I want to learn how to coach or, see how it is, I suppose. Learning how to is, you give someone advice on YouTube. That's something I could do all day, especially if I have something in front of me to talk about. So I would like to see how that feels, how it is for me to do. So for a limited time, you sign up to the email list down in the description, and I will have a limited number of spaces for people who could get like a free audit type channel audit / one-on-one with me, just so I can get a little bit of experience under my belt. Maybe ask you to do a testimonial of some sort. Just write a blurb if you feel like there was value in it. So yeah, go ahead and sign up down in the email list, and I look forward to seeing you there. But yeah, it surprised me that no one had signed up for that yet. But then it occurred to me I didn't promote it in my last video at all. And in the video before was when I started it, and that's when no one got to see because of the impressions. So that's just me being dumb, I guess. I am a little flighty. My attention span is, ADHD double plus because of the medication I have to take. One thing, I don't think I've talked about it on the channel yet before, but I am disabled. I have spinal cord damage. It affects my extremities pretty bad. The medication I have to keep the nerve pain down, it's not pain meds, it's like anti-seizure meds. It's weird that it works on it, but it does. I guess it stops nerves from firing. But anyway, I don't want to get too much into it. But it makes me a little bit of a space cadet. And you add that to the ADHD, and it's like, whew. So I didn't realize, now that the kids are in daycare or school, how much I missed having some sort of purpose because I don't work. And YouTube has really filled that for me. It has made me feel productive. It has made me feel like I am helping. God, I love helping people. Anytime someone comments that something really helped, I'm just like, oh, that made my flipping day. Like, that's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. It's highly addictive. I did not realize how much I missed having a purpose. And I felt that even before I started. And to be honest, I almost quit before I started, but my wife stopped me because, quote, and I'm paraphrasing here, is the most invested that she's seen me in something in a long time, like most interested, most excited about it. And it sucks to be my kids, I guess. I'm sure she didn't mean that. I'm sure she meant external to our family, but hopefully. But yeah, I did. I did miss having something that was mine that I did that I was good at, and I do feel like I am good at it. So that's good. YouTube can be amazing for your self-esteem as long as you don't let the analytics get to you. That's the big advice. Things will happen over time. Don't let what's happening right now get you down. Just keep going. You'll get there. But yeah. And one thing that might be important, I think is very important, is to have someone to talk to about it. Likely not any of your friends, unless you are very lucky. They're not going to be as interested in it as you, and they'll just kind of be like social contract nodding along, not really a conversation. So find other YouTubers to talk to people in comments, that sort of thing. It's obviously talk to people in your own comments, but other places. Try to make connections, meet people, people who love YouTube. You'll find them, and they'll love to talk to you about it. I'm very lucky in that I do have that real life person, my big cheerleader in my corner. They're always there to offer some kind words or give me advice or look something over, bounce ideas off of. Even they'll listen to me talk about analytics, although they have no idea what's going on. So I'd like to give a big thank you now to my best friend Brian. Thank you. You're the man. Um, I guess my wife's pretty supportive too. Yeah, they there's no way they both didn't know that that's how that setup was going to go. But it's low hanging fruit, not normal. I do love the funny low hanging fruit. That's for sure. Explaining the joke is also good. That makes everything funnier. But speaking of obsession and personal life, you have to be careful if you are like me and obsess over stuff and throw yourself full into something that you don't neglect your personal life, your friends, your family, that sort of thing. I at least I have kept YouTube mostly in kids aren't at awake or at home time, but I gotta tell you, my household chores have really taken a hit. There's a pile of clean laundry to put away that's probably months old, stuff like that, and also like I used to pretty much nightly play video games with my aforementioned friend. And that has kind of fallen by the wayside in these past few months. And I feel really bad about that. I need to get back to it. And I know it's silly to be like, ooh, I need to budget time to play video games. But honestly, leisure is important and your friends are important and your personal relationships are important. And you should protect them and nurture them. Don't let any sort of obsession keep you from them. And that's advice to myself as much as to everybody else out there. One thing that I was not good on camera back when I used to do video production back in the day. I was less self confident than I am now. I mean, I did grow into this, so obviously. But besides that, still I wish instead of those months of research that I did doing YouTube and exclusively research, I wish I had dove in then and gotten a bigger start. I wish I had just started, but that's the constant wish of someone with ADHD. God, I wish I had started already. But that's if I had gotten more experience then, because even with all the prep, my first video was awful. It literally makes me cringe to watch it. I am wooden. I do not feel like I am normally wooden. I am just kind of very contained energy, very much masking the ADHD because I was worried I would just come across too spastic, I suppose. But the camera doesn't pick it up as well. Like, if you try to tamp yourself down, the camera will just show you being boring and being wooden. So be yourself. Or I've also heard the advice, play yourself. Take you and turn you up to 11. That's sort of my advice there and something that I had to learn. And I think I'm getting there. I do. I think I'm much better on camera than I used to be. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree. You'd have to go probably and watch that first video if you haven't already, if you're here from the Purple Room. Because I am going to collab with myself because I want to see how that works. I really wanted to collab with someone more. I wanted to collab more with people to see kind of how that all works. I tried to collab with Brett on the review of his channel, but I don't think he checks his email or knows how to look at comments that already have responses. So I probably need to do a video on that, on some of the neater stuff you can do in studio, like finding those comments that you've already commented on. And one last thing that I had to get used to was me on camera. Not just how I act, but there's a lot of things that I didn't realize that would be as bad on camera as I thought in my head that they would be. Like, I thought my lisp was gone, but apparently it is not. Surprise to me. Like the fact that half of my face is different than the other half. I'm not symmetrical because of long-term Bell's palsy effects. And I had to get past that. I had to get over myself. And that is people don't actually care. I mean, there are certainly mean people on the internet, and I'm sure the ladies know this way better than I do, that people can and will judge you and say stuff about your appearance. Well, screw them. Just, report and block and move on to begin with. But also just, just kind of got to get over yourself, I guess. And that's hard to do. It is. It's hard to do. It's hard to be on camera, especially if you're aware of your own flaws. But, you're not going to get any better at it if you don't do it. All right. All right, to those of you who made it this far, and those of you who've been watching me for a while, thank you. I really appreciate you. There are no words. And I hope you continue watching so I can continue doing what I do, because I sort of love it. And I look forward to all the next milestones, the half year, which is right around the corner, the year mark, 2 years, 5 years. I can't wait. I'm so excited. My name has been Steve. This has been the Distracted Creator / The Purple Room. And I will see you wherever I see you next. Take care of yourself.